Okay, tell me your name and what are you running for?
Yeah, I'm Rickie Kreuzer. I'm running for State Senate District 30.
Why are you the best person to represent Michigan's 30th district?
Well, you hear a lot right now about candidates needing a vision, and anyone who works in organizational development, as I do as a nonprofit executive director, we have to live out a mission and vision statement every day, and every activity, program, and initiative we do has to live out our tax-exempt purpose and meet the needs of the communities we serve. I'm also a state board member. I serve on the State Board of Nursing. I was appointed by the governor several years ago to that. So I have experience in regulation and as serving the people, really. And I also serve on the Michigan HIV/AIDS Council and a Medicaid Quality Improvement Project at the Department of Health and Human Services. So really integrating public health policy with regulatory work and the nonprofit mission-based work.
Ottawa County has historically been a red district, though we did almost trend 2 points last election in blue. What made you decide to come here to an event today in Ottawa County?
Yeah, well, my district includes portions of both Kent and Ottawa County, and we need to chip into Mark Huizenga's margins in all portions of the district, red or blue. But as someone who grew up in Ottawa County, I think there's plenty of opportunity here, like-minded people, including on the Grand Valley State University campus, where there's lots of students just on fire for change.
If elected, how would you support the Latino community here in West Michigan?
Yeah, well, clearly the Latino community, whether they have lived here their whole life or are new to the country, are under attack at all levels. But we know here in Ottawa County, they are ingrained in our communities. They're our neighbors, and their viewpoints matter. Their livelihoods matter. Whether they live in Holland, which is out of my district, or they work in agriculture, they're an important part of our economy, they're an important part of our schools, and they have to be an important part of our electoral process as well. So I'm excited to include Latino voices in our campaign, whether it's through hosting house parties and meeting with neighbors, or it's involving them in our campaign and all the various policy things we're working on.
Now, last question. What do you think the Democrat Party should learn from the Zohran Mamdani's historic primary win in New York City?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I live in a very purple district. So I don't know that branding myself similar to Zandami would win an election here. But what I do know is that for the, kind of standard bearer Democrat who are frustrated with his win, if you're going to run a candidate who has sexually harassed women, the highly qualified alternative is probably going to win. And what's also important about that race is Zandami has a vision, which brings me back to what I addressed in an earlier question, that a vision is important and voters want something that they can believe in, somebody that they believe will live out that vision. And no doubt that Zandami has a very straightforward vision that resonated with a lot of voters. So I'm excited, even if I don't think that my messaging will necessarily match his. I hope my vision can be just as exciting for folks in the 30th Senate District.
Okay, perfect. Well, it was nice to meet you, and thank you so much for coming to our event.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.